Alright, welcome back. Here we are at the Ida School for Claude's side quest. First one, my kingdom's first vassal. Meanwhile, at Ida School, a professor and a student are arguing. The student appears to be a friend of Claude's. It's kind of noisy here today, don't you think? It's break time for most of the school. You'd be hard-pressed to find a quiet corner anywhere. I don't think it's that. It's coming from over there. Is that? Look, I won't be satisfied until you've given me a proper explanation. I don't need to explain myself to you. Oh, well, that's a good way to handle things. I hope you're aware that this is going to impact heavily on the upcoming student review that I'm doing of you. If you explain why you are absent now, I can let you off with a verbal warning and a written apology. You do whatever you have to do with your precious student review. Wait right there. He said no. Oh, very well then. Was that somebody you know? A childhood friend. We've known each other since we were very little. Really? What? Why are you surprised at this? It's almost like you think it would be strange for me to have friends or something. Yeah, I mean a little bit. No, that's not what I meant. It's just, you don't seem very close is all. We may have grown apart recently, what with schoolwork and such. Speak, madam. What was the commotion with that student just now? Jesus, Claude. Oh, Claude, hello. I wish you'd stop calling me madam. It's just strange. If I offended you in any way, you have my apologies. But, as the king of Kelkale, I must speak in the befitting manner. I must live my life in such a manner lest I forget my royal lineage. Oh yes, that's right. It's just what makes you so special. I'm getting used to it as well, little by little. Oh right, that. Oh right, you're that one. I am forever grateful to this school for permitting its students the freedom to retain their individualism. Well, it's nice to hear you think so highly of the school. Ah yes, you wanted to know about your friend. I actually wanted to ask you about him, seeing as how you know him quite well. He seems troubled by something. Tell me, what was the issue? Well, to put it simply, he has been missing almost all of his lessons recently. And if he keeps this up, it'll no doubt start to have an effect on his grades. Not attending lectures, not something I can easily believe about him, if I may say. In fact, he would be the first I would commemorate for their dedication to following correct procedures. Yes, I'm sure he must have some reason for this, but he seems adamant on not telling me. But maybe he would open up to you. You are friends after all, right? If you do get through to him, I would really appreciate it if you would convince him to start coming back to class. I will do what I can. Time to find out what ails my old friend so. You don't think he was just skipping class then? If he is the same man I've known all this time, then I give you my word he would not. First, let us ask around and see if we can track down his whereabouts. Bum bum. Alright, we got somebody up here. Was it this? Yeah, there's only one classroom here. Seems like a dumb question now, don't it? Your Majesty, how do you do today? Good day, you look ravishing as always. Oh, Your Majesty, cut it out. You don't have to lie like that every time. Not that I'm not flattered, though. Teehee. I swore an oath to never lie to any of the delightful maidens of my favorite sports team. Oh, Your Majesty, you always have such a way with words. Yeah, Aldo. Me too, bud. Aldo, you are a good man, but I could have you for treason for not looking upon your king, or for looking upon your king with such distaste. Alright, calm down, broski. Pleasantries aside, would you, with all your beauty and intellect, happen to know anything about my old friend? An old friend of your majesty? Oh yeah, that guy. Now you mention it, he's been acting really strange recently. He barely turns up to class anymore. And when he does, he's all weird, you know? Thanks for that expert analysis. He actually came to class the other day, but all he did was stare out the window with a serious look on his face. Out the window, you say? From this angle, I suppose that would be in the direction of the airport. You have my eternal thanks. It pains me to leave such an extraordinary lady after only but a moment, but I have pressing matters to attend to. Tee, anytime, your majesty. Damn, Claude. You slick son of a bitch. Alright, so am I going to the airport? Can I get to the airport through the map? Ida School. Oh, the airport. That's... Yeah, alright. So hold up. I gotta go to Elzion, then I can travel to the airport from there, right? No, nothing here. Alright, well... Not quite the airport, then. No, not to Elzion. Go back to Ida. Probably. I'm gonna wander around. Dork this up 2 or 3 times here. Alright, let's see. Let's check outside real quick just to make sure. This isn't the outside, but we can go to the outside. So I guess the whole airport thing was just well, he's worried about something, and maybe, possibly. Not really as much of a, go check the airport. Alright, let's see here. Let me go up once. Nothing there. Go up again. Nothing here. Now we're on the sky tips. Oh, but we can... Okay. We get a guy over here to talk to. I require a moment of your time. Eh? Oh, it's you. What do you want? I need to ask you some questions. It will only take a moment. I owe you one from the other day, so sure, whatever. What do you want to know? You're acquainted with my old friend, I believe. Does this guy have a name, or are we just gonna keep calling him old friend this whole time? You were pal. Oh, wrong, you were. Come on, game. You're better than that. Yeah, I've seen that guy around. Guy hangs around here talking to some other guys. Not the kind of guys anyone with sense should be talking to either. I do not follow. It's just a group of kids up to nothing good. Sure, they act normal enough around school, but outside they're involved in some shady stuff. Now you have to understand. I'm just talking to myself here, right? But recently, they've been slinging devices for dirt cheap. When I say dirt, I mean filthy. Beats me how they get their supply, let alone how they're making any profit, though. Interesting. If they were able to do all this legally, I may just consider them a part of my own country's economic plans. Ha! I doubt the word legally came across their minds at any point in this. This has been valuable information. How might I repay this deed? Forget about it. I didn't sell you nothing, and I sure didn't rat nobody out either. I was just mumbling into the wind. Got it? Forgive my blunder. I still quite haven't grasped the intricacies of how your group works. You'll get it soon enough. Speaking of which, you'd fit in well here. Ever thought of hanging with us? Haha. While that life does seem to have its merits, I am destined to walk the path of royalty. A bright beacon to one and all. Might be overdoing it a little there. Right, Aldo. Let us process the information we have gathered thus far. Instead of being in lectures, he was meeting with that shady lot on the rooftop. And even when he was present in the classroom, he would just stare toward the airport, a troubled look on his face. Do you think he might be at the airport? Oh, now we're about to travel to the airport. He just may be. And it is safe for us to assume that it is not merely to marvel at the majesty of mankind taking flight. I have a feeling those shady people he was meeting are involved in this somehow. Want to check out the airport now? Of course. Regardless of who is involved, it would take no less than an army to stop me. Alright, Claude, calm down. Yeah, Elsion. Ba 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 da ba 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 ba. Map of Elsion's displayed. To the airport. Alright, now we've got a marker here. See, this Claude looks so weird to me because I have AS Claude, and I'm not used to seeing him in this outfit. I do not understand. He should be here. We've searched the airport for 13 seconds. How did we not find him? There, isn't that him? So my conjectures were correct, as much as I had willed them not to be. So you know what to do, and no diverging from the plan. Once everything's done, we meet at the entrance. Don't even think about trying to get away this late in the game. I get it, you don't need to worry about me. That looks pretty serious. Are you sure we shouldn't have jumped in? Wait a moment. Aldo. What? Why? I thought we came here to save him. We did. However, to really be of any assistance, we have to understand the cause of his problem. I see. So you're saying we just follow him for now and make sure he doesn't get into any trouble? This is why I like you, Aldo. Always quick on the uptake. Aldo? Really? Aldo quick on the uptake? Well then, let us not waste any more time. Claude, what are you doing? You're normally supposed to stay hidden when you follow somebody. Is that right? I tell you, this stalking is a droll affair indeed. Quite unbecoming of a king. I am generally of a want to leave this kind of work to others better suited. What? No. I'm saying you need to lower your voice and stay unnoticed. Ha 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 ha. Oh, Aldo, I'll leave all that cloak and dagger dirty work to you. I will do things the way I always have. It has never let me down thus far. What are you talking about? It's pointless just me hiding. I like Claude. I feel like actually spending time with some of these characters in these quests. I feel like I like several of them more. I like Doonerith a lot after doing his stuff. Although I'm sure they're made to be semi-likable. It'd be a lot harder to sell you a character you hated, right?
Disappear into darkness.
Disappear into darkness.
My sin is that I'm too powerful.
So what do you think your friend is up to here? I have come to several conclusions, 5 to be exact, of which the first is the most dire. Okay, sounds like you get a good idea of what's happening. What's the first possibility? That my friend comes here every day to satiate his incessant need to caress these containers, all of which he's given names to. Yeah, I doubt that. Whoa, what? Claude, why would you even consider that? And how is that the worst outcome? Oh dear Aldo, it was just a joke. Now then, I do believe we will soon become privy to what my old friend has been up to all this time. We're just gonna stand slightly off to the side. Nobody's gonna notice that we're, standing here. Is he stealing the goods from that container? I knew it had to be something like this. But by the poor job he is doing with it, perhaps it's the first time as well. What do you want to do? Excuse me. What do you want to do? I have seen all I need to see. Now I should convince him to see the error of his ways. Wait, do you even have a plan? Not as such, but that has never stopped me from achieving greatness before. If we can talk man to man, I know I can break through and make him see reason. Where do you even get this confidence from? He's the king, that's where. Ho there, my good friend of old. Whatever brings you out all this way? Claude? What? Why are you here? I am wherever I wish myself to be. But that is not important right now. Tell me, what are you doing all the way out here? I hope it is not something that would make me regret my friendship with you. It's got nothing to do with you. And that is where you are wrong. I rule this realm, and as such, everything that happens here is my business. This world revolves around me, my friend. Spare me the king act this time, okay? Just leave me alone. I will not be doing that either. I know something troubles you. Tell me what concerns you. There is no need to suffer alone. I will do whatever is in my power to aid you. You just don't get it, do you? I'm saying you shouldn't stick your nose in where it doesn't belong. Fleeing from his king. He has always been a stubborn subject. No matter, I will rescue you from whatever predicament you may be facing. He really means a lot to you, huh? I never thought I'd see you get as passionate as this. Of course, it is only natural that I am so invested in my friend's welfare. I made an oath, after all, to protect him no matter what. And let's go after him before anything bad happens. Right. They talked about meeting near the entrance. Let us make haste there. Rescue the childhood friend. Can we give this kid a name, please? Like, why do we have to go so long without naming these people in these quests? Even the little girl on Felmina's quest never got a name. Well, at least not as far as I've seen. Maybe she has one now. Here we at. The crown seems a little bit more appropriate for Claude's quest, to be honest. There they are. Okay, looks like we got everything from the list. Take this to the warehouse in Gamma. These criminals appear to be more organized than I'd given them credit for. This makes things tougher. What do you think we should do? Even if they were a squadron of synth humans, my plans stay as they are. Which are to take this prime opportunity to bring down an entire group of thieves. And there is only one way to go about that. Hard and fast, head on. Ready yourself for a skirmish, Aldo. You know, it's like whenever I'm out with you, things always get a bit over the top. It's like I'm watching a play. What do you want, eh? We're having a little talk right now, so be a good boy and go somewhere else. I will have to refuse. In fact, I have business with you. Just what is this guy blabbing about? Claude, why are you here? Old friend of mine, just leave this to me. Now, I don't doubt you have had all your hands... You have all had your hands quite full with the insipid and droll task of transporting stolen goods around. How do you know about that? Did you really think your antics would go unnoticed, working so blatantly? With a plan so fraught with shortcomings, the wise choice would be to call it quits while you are still able. You got another thing coming if you think we're giving this up. I had hoped you would be able to understand the paltry risk and return involved in such an enterprise. Risk. The only risk I see right now is you. We shut that mouth of yours and there ain't no more risk. Get those things out here already. Wait, no.
Disappear into darkness.
Yeah, let's just do that. Thanks, Morgana. Was that it? Even with all those drones, you didn't even flinch. If you swear to never trouble my friend again, I will permit you to retreat from here. Don't think you've heard... Just stop there. I have not the time nor the patience to listen to your poorly conceived retort. That wasn't really a sniff. Are you sure it's okay to do that? I merely said I would allow their escape from here. I've processed the warrant for their arrest already. Wow, that's kind of sneaky. Deception and trickery are all part of being a king, Aldo. What? Why did you do this? I would like to ask the same. Why would a man of your standard resort to such a lowly crime? I got picked up for my hacking abilities. Then at some point they tricked me into accessing a certain domain illegally. Since then they've been using that to blackmail me into working for them. I thought it must have been something like that. But why would you not come to me for help? You're a school elite and I'm just a flunky who knows their way around a keyboard. I didn't think you were even aware of my existence anymore. So why did you go to all this trouble for me exactly? A king must protect his retainers. Retainer? What? Wait, you don't mean... Claude, what are you going to do when we graduate from here? I think I'm going to be an electronics engineer or a programmer. You should already know. I speak of it regularly enough. I intend to become king, to restore the lost country of my people. Ha! Not this old story again. Wait, you're serious, aren't you? Is there ever a moment that I am not? But a kingdom? You haven't forgotten, have you? And after I told you the tale so many times. Right below where we now stand, below this floating metropolis, there is another land. To many it was known as Kelkale, a small but prosperous kingdom. However, the price of prosperity was jealous contempt. Kelkale was destroyed by the very same people it called its neighbors. I remember now, and you're the descendant of the only surviving royals who managed to escape the attack, right? So you have been listening. The descendant of a king unable to protect his country, and more importantly, his people. The Kelkale name is both my proud heritage and a mark of my failure. That was your ancestors' fault, not yours. A king must inherit all that his ancestors leave behind, their glories and their misdeeds. Yet I am a king without a kingdom. Without his people, I have been stripped bare. That does sound lonely. How about this then? I'll become your first retainer. But only once you've really become king. Are you sure? Even as my retainer, there'll be no glory for you to claim, you realize. I don't need any of that. I just want to see what it would be like for a king to rule in this day and age. In that case, I anoint you as retainer of my kingdom. I, Claude, rightful king of Kelkale, I accept your gracious offer of devotion. Whatever strife you may face, I swear an oath to protect you with all my power. Bit over the top, don't you think? He oathed it. You mean you risked your life for me just because of a few stupid words? I would not say that my life was ever in any real danger. But an oath is an oath. I swore to protect you, and it is only natural I do everything I can to keep true to it. I would never go back on my word. That would diminish any faith in me as a king. Even if you yourself were to forget. Ha 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 ha. Ah, good one. Oh, that's right. You've always been like this. Ever since you were young. You say the most ridiculous things with a straight face, but are crazy enough to see them through, too. Crazy? What insolence towards your king? No, even worse, being the truth. That would make it the leaking of state secrets. Ah ha 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 ha. And then you go and start quipping like that. It is time I take my leave now. Forget about those people. They will not bother you any longer. Aldo, let us head off. Wait. If I am a subject, no retainer of your kingdom, then I can't just allow myself to be protected. I have to give something back. I have pledged my loyalty to you, but I have no idea how to be of service to you. You're serious about rebuilding your kingdom, aren't you? In that case, I want to hear how you intend to do that. Once I tell you, there is no going back. Can you make that commitment? You've just made me want to hear it all the more now. Very well. Today marks the first true step toward the revival of my kingdom. Now, as you so wish, I shall unveil my tenacious plan for a new, glorious kingdom. Well, it's not exactly what I call a normal friendship, but if it works for him. Oh, like no music for that, alright. That's cool. I didn't need music to know I finished. Anyway, that is Claude's first quest, his kingdom's first vassal. Thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, feel free to check me out on twitch.tv/corndog913. And otherwise, I will see you for the next episode. Take care.